Some bridges are not just crossings, they are psychological tests suspended over empty space. Around the world, people still walk across rope bridges with missing planks, wooden bridges rotting above deep water, glass walkways nearly 1,000 feet in the air, and suspension bridges so narrow that every step feels like a mistake waiting to happen. Today, we're counting down the top 9 terrifying bridges you would never dare to cross. Stay until number 1 because the final bridge is completely transparent, and the only thing between your feet and the canyon floor is glass. Before we begin, tell us in the comments which scares you more, a rope bridge, a glass bridge, or a bridge with no railings. Number 9. Kakum Canopy Walk, Ghana. This bridge looks like an adventure trail until you realize you are walking high above a tropical forest on a narrow suspended path. Deep inside Kakum National Park in Ghana, wooden walkways swing between giant trees. Below, the rainforest canopy drops away into layers of green, shadows, branches, and movement. The bridges are narrow, light, and suspended high enough that every vibration travels through your legs. You do not feel like you are walking through the forest. You feel like you are floating above it. The Kakum Canopy Walk was created to let visitors experience the jungle from a height usually reserved for birds and climbers. It stretches through the forest canopy across multiple suspension spans, giving people a rare view of wildlife, trees, and rainforest life from above. But the same thing that makes it beautiful makes it terrifying: height, movement, and exposure. Number 8. Living root bridges of Meghalaya, India. These bridges are alive, and that is exactly what makes them both beautiful and unnerving. In the misty hills of Meghalaya, India, thick tree roots twist across rivers and ravines like natural cables. They curl, braid, and grip the earth, forming pathways above rushing water and steep forest slopes. The bridges look ancient, organic, and almost unreal, not constructed, grown. The living root bridges are made by guiding the aerial roots of rubber fig trees across gaps over streams and valleys. Indigenous communities have shaped these roots for generations, patiently training them until they become strong enough to carry people. Unlike a normal bridge, a living root bridge can strengthen over time if the tree remains healthy and the roots are properly maintained. Some living root bridges can last for several hundred years, and mature bridges may support dozens of people at once. But there is a catch: they need active care. Without maintenance, roots can grow wild, decay, or become unusable. That means the bridge is not just a structure, it is a living responsibility. For local communities, these bridges are not fantasy scenery. They are practical solutions in wet, mountainous terrain where normal construction can be difficult. They show a relationship between humans and nature that is slower, older, and more patient than modern engineering. But crossing one still demands trust. Not in concrete, not in steel, in roots. But a bridge made of living roots still has the strength of nature beneath it. The next one is made of teakwood, and some parts have been standing over water for more than a century. From India's living bridges, we travel to Myanmar, where a long wooden crossing stretches across a lake like a thin line from another time. Number 7. U Bein Bridge, Myanmar. This may be one of the most beautiful wooden bridges in the world, but beauty does not erase the fear of walking across aging timber. U Bein Bridge stretches across Tongthaman Lake near Amarapura, Myanmar. At sunset, people appear as silhouettes walking along a thin wooden line above the water. Tall wooden posts rise from the lake, holding up the narrow crossing like an ancient skeleton. It is peaceful until you remember how old it is. Built around 1850, U Bein Bridge is widely believed to be one of the oldest teakwood bridges in the world. It was constructed using wood reclaimed from a former royal palace, and it remains an important passageway for local people. It is also a major tourist attraction, especially when the lake is full and the bridge seems to float between sky and water. The bridge has more than 1,000 pillars, but some have decayed over time. The source notes concerns that some supports have become dangerously weakened or detached from their bases, held in place only by lateral bars. That changes the feeling of every step. You are not just walking across history, you are walking across something history has been slowly wearing down. For locals, U Bein Bridge is part of daily life. For vendors and photographers, it brings visitors and income. For travelers, it is a dream scene. But the people who cross it are also trusting a structure that has been standing against water, weather, and time for generations. But U Bein's danger comes from age and decay. The next bridge is terrifying because it looks like a road climbing into the sky. Number 6. Eshima Ohashi Bridge, Japan. From the wrong angle, this bridge looks almost vertical, like a road built for cars that forgot they are not roller coasters. In western Japan, Eshima Ohashi Bridge rises sharply across Lake Nakaumi. From head-on, the road seems to shoot upward into the sky before dropping down on the other side. Cars climb the slope like they are approaching the first hill of an amusement park ride. The bridge looks impossible, but it is real. Eshima Ohashi Bridge connects areas in Japan's Chugoku region and was built high enough to allow large cargo ships to pass underneath. To achieve that clearance, the roadway had to rise steeply over the water. The result is a concrete bridge that became famous around the world for its extreme-looking incline. The source describes it as a bridge with gradients of about 5.1% on one side and 6.1% on the other. In reality, it is not as vertical as viral photos make it appear, but from certain angles, the perspective compresses the slope and makes the bridge look like it climbs straight into the clouds. That is what makes it so unsettling. Your eyes see danger before your brain corrects the image. For local drivers, it is simply a functional bridge. For first-time visitors, it can feel like approaching a concrete wave. Eshima Ohashi shows that sometimes engineering does not have to be structurally unsafe to feel terrifying. The fear comes from perception, the moment your mind asks whether the road ahead is still a road at all. But Eshima Ohashi is a bridge that looks scarier than it may feel. The next one is the opposite. It may look simple, but crossing it can turn into a brutal test of nerves. From Japan's roller coaster road, we travel into the Swiss Alps, where a suspension bridge hangs across mountain air. If you had to cross one so far, would you choose the Rainforest canopy, the living root bridge, the old wooden bridge, or the steep Japanese bridge? Drop your answer before we reach number 1. Number 5. Trift Bridge, Switzerland. This bridge hangs in the Swiss Alps, and getting to it can be almost as exhausting as crossing it. The Trift Bridge stretches across a dramatic alpine landscape of rock, glacier water, steep slopes, and cold mountain air. It hangs long and narrow over the Triftsee, with the blue-green lake below and rugged peaks rising around it. From the center, the ends of the bridge feel far away. The ground feels even farther. The Trift Bridge is a pedestrian suspension bridge in the Swiss Alps. It was built because the glacier in the area had retreated, making access to the Trift hut more difficult. So the bridge became not just a tourist attraction, but also a practical connection in a changing alpine environment. The bridge spans about 560 feet across, with a drop of around 330 feet. Visitors often have to take a cable car and then hike uphill before even reaching it. So by the time they step onto the bridge, their legs may already feel weak, and then the bridge begins to move. For hikers, the Trift Bridge is a reward and a challenge at the same time. It reveals the beauty of the Alps, but it also tells a quiet climate story. The landscape changed, the glacier retreated, and humans built a bridge over what nature had transformed. Every crossing is a reminder that mountains are not frozen in time. But the Trift Bridge was built for Alpine visitors. The next bridge was built from necessity across a Himalayan landscape where locals and animals both have to cross. From the Swiss Alps, we move to Nepal, where a bridge swings high above the ground and still carries daily life. Number 4. Hanging Bridge of Ghasa, Nepal. This bridge is not just crossed by people, it is crossed by cattle, pack animals, and villagers who depend on it. The Hanging Bridge of Ghasa stretches across a deep valley in Nepal, high above rugged mountain terrain. It is narrow, exposed, and long enough for the wind to become part of the crossing. Animals step carefully across. People follow close behind. Below, the landscape drops away. It feels less like a bridge and more like a moving line through the air. The bridge was built to connect the village of Ghasa and make travel easier through difficult terrain. Before crossings like this, people and herders had to use dangerous, narrow mountain roads, where moving animals and travelers around each other could become extremely difficult. The bridge became a vital passage for both humans and livestock. The source describes the bridge as narrow, high, and unstable in wind gusts, but also equipped with high railings. Some herders even place blinders on animals so they stay calm while crossing. That detail says everything. If the animals fully understood the height, they might refuse. For locals, the bridge is not an adrenaline attraction. It is infrastructure. It connects people, animals, trade, and survival in a mountain region where flat, easy roads are not guaranteed. For outsiders, crossing it may feel terrifying. For locals, fear has to become routine. Number 3. Hussaini Hanging Bridge, Pakistan. This bridge has missing planks, strong winds, and one simple rule: watch every step. In northern Pakistan, the Hussaini Hanging Bridge crosses over the water near Borat Lake in the upper Hunza region. Wooden planks are spaced unevenly. Some are missing. Ropes and cables hold the bridge together as the wind moves it from side to side. Each step lands on wood, then empty space, then wood again. Below, the water waits. For travelers and locals, the bridge is both dangerous and necessary. It is a reminder that in remote mountain regions, infrastructure can look very different from the solid concrete bridges most people take for granted. Crossing Hussaini is not about sightseeing. It is about trusting ropes, wood, balance, and courage. But Hussaini tests your feet with missing planks. The next bridge tests drivers with ice, rotting wood, and no guardrails over a Siberian river. From Pakistan's rope bridge, we head into Siberia, where an old railway bridge became one of the most frightening vehicle crossings on Earth. Number 2. Vitim River Bridge, Russia. This bridge is barely wider than a car, has no railings, and can turn into an ice slick in winter. The Vitim River Bridge stretches across a cold Siberian river on an old metal frame covered with wooden planks. The bridge is narrow, exposed, and brutally unforgiving. There are no proper side barriers to comfort the driver, just wood under the tires and freezing water below. The source describes the bridge as about 6 feet wide, with old wooden planks and no safety features to stop a vehicle from falling into the river. It is around 1,870 feet long, meaning the crossing is not over quickly. Every second stretches, every tire movement matters, every icy plank becomes a threat. For people in remote Siberian regions, crossings like this are not just viral fear content. They are part of the reality of moving across difficult terrain in extreme climates. But for a driver, the experience is almost primal. No guardrails, no forgiveness, no place to panic. But on the Vitim River Bridge, you fear the ice and the fall. Number 1 removes even the illusion of solid ground beneath your feet. For number 1, we go to China, where a bridge was built to make sure you can see exactly how far you would fall. Number 1 is the Zhangjiajie glass bridge in China, a bridge so terrifying that it does not hide the danger beneath you. It puts the canyon directly under your feet. High above the cliffs of Zhangjiajie in Hunan province, a long glass bridge stretches between 2 mountainsides. The deck is transparent. The canyon drops away below. Every footstep lands on glass, and every glance downward reminds you that the ground is hundreds of meters away. There is no wooden plank to pretend you are safe, no asphalt, no visual comfort, just glass, steel, air, and your own fear staring back at you. The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge was built as a tourist attraction above the dramatic landscape of the Wulingyuan area. When it opened in 2016, it was widely recognized as one of the longest and tallest glass-bottom bridges in the world. The bridge measures about 1,410 feet long and around 20 feet wide, suspended roughly 980 feet above the ground. It was designed to carry hundreds of visitors at a time and is made from a steel frame with more than 120 glass panels. Each glass panel is made from multiple layers of tempered glass. Engineers designed it to hold crowds safely. But the human brain does not care about engineering papers when the floor is see-through. Your eyes look down, your stomach drops, your legs slow down, and suddenly, The safest fact in the world does not feel safe at all. The most terrifying bridges on Earth are not all scary for the same reason. Some are old, some are narrow, some swing in the wind. Some are made from roots, wood, rope, or glass. Some exist because remote communities need them. Others exist because humans wanted to turn fear into an experience. From the rainforest canopy of Ghana and the living root bridges of India to the missing planks of Hussaini, the icy danger of Vitim River Bridge, and the transparent terror of Zhangjiajie, these crossings prove one thing. A bridge is never just a bridge when your body thinks one wrong step could end everything. Which bridge scared you the most? Would you dare cross number 1, or would you turn back before the first step? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy documentary-style rankings about extreme places, dangerous structures, and the wildest corners of our planet, subscribe for more. In the next video, we'll explore the most terrifying roads humans still travel every day.